the thing with almost human brain, Electro the robot.
I am Electro, mightiest of all robots. I was created.
Robots and automated technology have advanced greatly since Electro the robot debuted at the New York World's Fair in 1939. But just as the stocking frame and famous Ned Ludd, each advance in technology brings fears. Everyone today wears socks, and robots now work alongside of people in manufacturing. Drones are used professionally to rescue lost hikers, search for lost pets, traffic studies, beach safety, industrial inspections, and many other legitimate activities. The Georgetown, Kentucky Police Department has incorporated drones into their activities, and according to the police chief, Mike Boss, the police department can canvass an entire neighborhood at night for criminal activity. Patrolling for suspected drug activity using a drone is really no different than patrolling with a black and white down the street. The Constitution's Fourth Amendment still protects us from unconstitutional searches. If you're not dealing drugs or involved in crime, you probably have nothing to worry about. Today, in 2019, there are over 1 million unmanned aerial vehicles, robots, or commonly referred to as drones, registered with the FAA in the United States. Drone use is becoming more common every day. Ordinary people and photographers use drones to record their kids' activities the same way their parents in the 60s used their Polaroids and Kodak Instamatics. But drones, as with any technology, cell phone cameras, vehicles, are subject to misuse or abuse by the user. The following is only one example. It's September 2018. The wife and I are finishing up some yard work outside, and a drone that I don't recognize flies low overhead, barely missing our 25-foot Bradford pear tree in the backyard. Though I'm not alarmed, I am curious, so we take up my bird for a look-see. Once we're up in the air, it only takes a minute to spot this drone traveling south from the school across Stratford Court and Westview Court at treetop level. Watch as the operator chooses a path between the trees on Stratford Court. We continued to observe this guy from about 200 feet as he travels to the 200 area of the Colony Boulevard, and then descends directly over the top of a house, and then hovers, and then he moves into the street. Very disrespectful. There is no way to defend this action. In other captures, I watch as this drone moves at treetop level along the fence line between houses on Colony and Bainbridge. I guess my bird is easily visible against the evening sky, since the rude Baron, as the wife and I have named this guy, moves out over the boulevard and then ascends quickly, reaching my 200-foot level, but then continues to climb on to 400 feet. The Baron seems to pause for a moment, and then heads northeast to try and flank me or get behind me. For a moment or so it seems that we just hang in midair, Mexican standoff style, as he does a quick flyby to the south and west, and then descends rapidly. My guess is that it was time for a battery change, as the maximum flight time for most consumer drones is only 30 minutes or less, and the next time we locate the rude Baron, it appears that he is taking off from Kill Ridge, and then once airborne, Rudy wastes no time in climbing back up to our level, and it doesn't stop there. Maybe Rudy is wanting to demonstrate his air superiority, or he wants to use his bird to harass us. As first he flies directly at us and over top of us, and then backs up and flies toward us again, directly under us this time. It is obvious that there is no respect for anyone else. This is not only dangerous, it is illegal. Part 107.37 is very clear in paragraph B. No person may operate a small unmanned aircraft so close to another aircraft as to create a collision hazard. Dude, if you are this close, you are too close. So, what can you do if you think a drone is legitimately harassing you? Well, 1. If it is possible, just talk to the drone operator nicely. No one likes to be threatened, and generally if you walk up or drive up with a threat, well, most likely you've wasted your time. In most cases, drones are being flown legally, and surprisingly, the drone has no interest in you, your pool, or your property. Quite simply, in all probability, you're not as interesting as the sunset, the funnel cloud, or whatever. And you must consider that the drone may be related to a police or government activity, such as a traffic pattern study, drainage issues, or mapping out for a homeowners association inventory. While a warrant is required for the police to search a property with a drone, just like the black and white patrol car, simply flying a drone for police surveillance of traffic around a suspected drug dealer's house does not necessarily require a warrant. It is not a search. So simply, if you can see the operator, just ask them, "Hey, what's up with the drone?" You may just find it interesting, and who knows, if in the future you need photos of your roof damage from the hailstorm, you now know a guy with a drone. Number 2, if you believe that the activity of the drone is illegal or unsafe in any way, report it to the police immediately. Do not wait. It doesn't matter what time of day or night that it may be. Drones, just like Delta, the police chopper, or your private Cessna 150, are permitted to fly in the federal airspace above your property. Even so, any activity such as dropping things onto your property or constantly circling your property may well constitute harassment. But simply flying a drone reasonably in the FAA airspace is not illegal. Flying at a window or rooftop height could constitute harassment. And just like with drug users and thieves and perverts and, peeping toms, we have laws on the books to deal with this situation. Use them wisely. Do not just call the cops and say, "I seen a drone. It had flashing lights." This wastes their time and resources, which could be better used to investigate true drug users and dealers and keep kids safe from drugs. Just the facts, ma'am. Pull out the cell phone, video the incident, and record the date and time exactly. Then, importantly, file a police report. If you do not have a report, you don't have anything. There is nothing you can do. Number 3, what to don't do. Whatever you do, do not shoot it down. Do not throw rocks. It is private property, and you may find yourself with an expensive repair bill. Not to mention, if the activity is part of an investigation, even undocumented, or otherwise part of a government activity, you may be charged with interfering with an investigation. It's just not worth it. So, you may have been told about the famous drone slayer case in Kentucky, where a drone was shot out of the sky as being a wash and the judge just simply dismissing the case. In fact, the federal court had no jurisdiction for the case, so the judge had to dismiss it. Since the statute of limitations had expired, the plaintiff had no recourse. If the case had been tried correctly in another court, the outcome could have very well been different. It's not worth putting yourself at risk based on someone else's motives or knowledge or lack of knowledge. So let's take a quick review. Number 1, just talk to the guy. Find out what is going on. You might be surprised. Number 2, document any illegal or dangerous activity. Date and time exactly, and then call the police. Make sure to file a report. Number 3, don't shoot it down. Don't throw rocks. Refer back to number 2. Document and call the police.